Welcome back everyone to TTS Daily. This is Yi right here. We start off our story right in Taiwan, Taichung City, where on February 13, 2025 at 11:30 a.m. a loud boom or explosion occurred. As you can see from this video right here, at least 4 people are now confirmed unalive, dead, though some reports suggest up to 5 or maybe even higher till date. Various media outlets reported differing numbers for injuries, with estimates between 20 to 26 injured individuals. The explosion is believed to have been caused by a gas leak during the replacement of a gas tank in the mall's food court, which was closed for construction at the time. Just looking at this video here, once again, the replay, you can see the outer walls, the facade will all totally boom out. So, emergency services were alerted at 11:33 a.m, leading to an immediate response from firefighters and ambulances. Eyewitnesses reported seeing people being propelled out of the 12th floor windows due to the blast's forces. Okay, that's horrifying to hear. That's horrifying to see. The Taichung city government issued an emergency alert, and the mayor felt the shockwave from her office nearby. And the president called for a swift investigation into the incident on his social media. Take care everyone and stay safe. We now go to Johor, Bahru, Malaysia, where on Thursday, February 13, 2025 at 2:52 p.m, a terrifying incident happened at Merlin Tower. Okay, a man wearing black attacked another with a long sharp object, targeting the victim's neck. The victim attempted to defend himself with a plastic chair, and sadly, it didn't really went well. No one initially intervened due to fear. Many witnessed the attack on that day. The suspect seemed to be in a possessed state during the incident, and finally, the victim sustained serious injuries, including bleeding from the neck and body, and was rushed to Sultanah Aminah Hospital for treatment. Cries for help were heard post-incident, as you can see from the video, and members of the public eventually subdued the suspect and handed him over to the police. The Johor Bahru South District Police Chief confirmed the incident and ongoing investigations. You can see this terrifying incident right here. Obviously, most of it have to be censored out, but you can hear from the cries of the public how intense and panicked the public was. Our next story, we're in Singapore right now. We are talking about the statistics about the increase in AMD fires. So AMD is Active Mobility Device, AMDs are your PABs, Power Assisted Bicycles, and PMAs, Personal Mobility Aids. I believe AMD also come in the earliest form in the past in the form of hover bikes. Do you remember? Like a skateboard that you step on it horizontally and then you can lean forward or backwards to go front or back, left and right. And then there were e-bikes. So anyway, in 2024, there were 67 fires involving AMDs in Singapore alone. That is a 21.8% increase from 2023. This marks the second consecutive year of rising AMD fires. That's why, personally, when you charge your AMD, try to charge it outside of the house corridor. I'm not even sure if it's all allowed. And also try to don't overcharge your AMD. I mean, a lot of people like to tell us like nowadays, it's a smart battery. You know, if it's full, it'll stop charging. But then, I think personally, it's best for us to be mindful on our own, and make sure that there's no need to overcharge it. If you see the time is up, just turn it off. Be mindful, be aware. Okay. Most of these AMD fires, 44, occurred in homes in 2024, an increase from the previous year. And there are a lot of non-compliant and modified AMDs, another potential fire hazard, often with extra batteries, have led to safety issues, including 6 deaths since 2019. Modifications that add batteries beyond the original design void safety certifications, increasing fire risk. Legal actions have been taken against individuals selling or modifying non-compliant AMDs. For example, a shop owner was fined for selling a dangerous modified PAB. So we have some prevention tips against AMD fires. First of all, purchase AMDs with UL2272 certification from official sources, and avoid leaving devices charging unattended or near combustible materials. Thirdly, do not modify devices or buy modified devices. Okay, first of all, the MRT emergency stop button is not the same as your stop button in your bus, okay? So in Singapore, February 12, 2025, a group of about 15 adults and children were at Lakeside MRT station, okay? When 6 members of the group failed to alight in time as they were moving too slowly. So, you know what happened? A woman from the group pressed the emergency communication button to stop the train. She demanded the doors be open, but SMRT staff asked for patience while assessing the situation. The situation to be assessed obviously is you get off at the next stop and you take another train back. Okay? Another woman from the group repeatedly pressed the button, insisting the doors be open immediately. Wow. What is going on here? I mean, do they not understand Was there some kind of emergency that they have to be stopped down there? Were there some members of the group that alighted before them that need urgent care of and they couldn't be left alone, that you have to stop the train right there, right now? If not, I'm sure you can get off at the next stop and take the train back and meet up with your group. The train continued to Chinese Garden MRT station, where the group eventually alighted and returned to Lakeside. The group, consisting of children, parents and infant school staff, lacked urgency when alighting, according to a witness. Once again, let's say, okay, what I believe is an emergency is kids alone alighted, kids that need adult supervision alighted, and then the adults are all stuck in the train. That is an emergency. Yes, please use the emergency stop button, because those children need adult supervision, or really elderly that really require adult supervision, okay? But in this case, I don't see it mentioned, okay? Okay, so for context, one woman claimed it was an emergency because her father was separated from his child. Okay, fair enough. I understand. I can see the context. You're separated from your child. I can see the context, but is there anyone with his child? Anyone in the group that was with his child that he could, contact on the phone first? If not, I totally understand the context, okay? A group of 15 people traveling together, that means they're in a group, and only 6 out of the 15 failed to alight, okay? Other passengers advised that they could simply alight at the next station and return, basically what I've just said, but the woman insisted it was an emergency. I can understand, okay, a parent separated from their child. You have to be considerate here, okay? If you are a parent, okay? You can understand, okay? President of SMRT Trains condemned the misuse of the emergency button as irresponsible. Yes, I understand, but you should know the father separated from his child. Obviously, we do not know who was there, who were the other people with his child also, but please try to be understanding right here. SMRT emphasized that the button should only be used for genuine emergencies like assaults, medical issues, or suspicious activities, not for missing a stop. Okay, this is not missing a stop, this is a child separated from his parent totally, okay? But obviously we don't know who are the other people he is with in the group. Anyway, misuse of emergency devices can result in a fine of up to 5,000 Singapore dollars. And there is a call for better education on the proper use of the emergency button. So honestly, what do you think now that we have more context? What do you think? And our last story of the day is the Singapore bird paradise turning into a rat paradise. Rats have been spotted at the Singapore's bird paradise, particularly since the park moved to Mandai Wildlife Reserve in 2023. By the way, I'm just going to say first, I love bird paradise, okay? I enjoy it more than Mandai Zoo, okay? Anyway, besides the point, rats have been observed eating bird food, scurrying around enclosures and even near visitor pathways. Wow. They were first noticed in November 2024, with sightings continuing into February 2025. The park uses various rat traps, including black boxes with substance that is harmful to rats, okay? Glue traps and traditional wire cages. These are placed in areas where rat activity is high, but not all traps were effective, as some were empty and have rats navigating around them. So these rats are like the IQ level of Tom and Jerry already. Visitors have noticed rats during their visits. Initially, some thought the rats might be part of the exhibit. That was what I wanted to say, and after seeing the pictures, some of those rats kind of look like, I don't know, look like duck hamsters. They don't really look rat, they look like domesticated duck hamsters. Okay, never mind, maybe it's just my own opinion, okay? So initially, some thought the rats might be part of the exhibit. Like me, probably would think that way, but realized they were pests due to the presence of traps. Rats are known to spread diseases, and their presence is concerning in an area where food is available for birds. Speaking of food, I was under the impressions that rats are actually part of the diet for birds. I thought some birds would actually eat the rats. Maybe I was wrong about that. The rats are identified as sewer rats. Wow, so I actually was under the impression those rats look domesticated. Okay, never mind. Which are attracted to the food and shelter available in the park. They share similar food preferences with birds, leading to conflicts over food. Once again, I thought some birds eat rats. Or have I been watching too much cartoons? Okay, never mind. While rats mostly stay off pedestrian paths, their presence could lead to damage of park infrastructure like netting and cables if their numbers grow uncontrolled. Visitors have mixed reactions. Some are concerned as long as rats stay off main paths, but there's worry if the rat problem escalates beyond their enclosures. I mean, my thoughts are if you can see rats on the pathway, that means I can't imagine the amount of rats actually that we can't see with our eyes. They are inside the bushes and the grass areas. The park, Bird Paradise, faces challenges in controlling rats without harming the bird population, suggesting the need for strategic pest management to balance the wildlife conservation and visitor safety. What do you think? I mean, I've been to Bird Paradise a couple of times. I really enjoyed the place. Personally, I didn't notice any rats because I've been looking up into the trees and not the pathway mostly. But of course, please watch where you're walking, okay? Please watch the pathway.